What is STEM?
STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and maths.
What do you think of your child doing coding and STEM in school?
I think it's great. Great initiative. Starting that stuff as early as possible is really important, and particularly there's loads of job opportunities in the future, and it's a great way of learning.
Where do you hear or see of the STEM activities we do in school?
Oh, I would see them on the website and some of the updates, I suppose, coming out for the teachers. And then, Quiva, you'd tell me about some of the stuff you're doing in school as well too. So a few different avenues.
Do you worry about your child using the internet?
I do, yeah, but not for activities like this because I suppose they're directed and they're showing, I suppose, how to verify things and how to look things up. And I think it's important because you're going to need the skill sets in life.
Do you think your children are safe when they are coding online or using apps such as Book Creator, Scratch and Google Slides?
Yeah, I suppose with the right guidance coming from the teachers and others to direct you to the right areas to use, and I suppose some of the safeguards around that's important.
Does your child come home and talk about any of the STEM activities they do?
Yeah, Quivo, you would. The ones that just was particularly will interest you. Things like the coding, and in the weeks as well, science weeks and stuff like that. I've heard you talk about it, and include some of that in your homework and projects as well. It's great as well too. You're using things like PowerPoint and other technologies as well to do some of your activities. It's great.
Do you think it is good that your child will learn how to code in school?
Yeah, no. Again, it's an essential part of advancing your opportunities, I suppose, going forward. And the stuff will become normalised in the next few years, so why not? It's great you're getting in there early before secondary school.
Do you think we should continue with coding and STEM in school?
Absolutely. Great initiatives, as they say, and well done to all those involved.
What is STEM?
STEM is science, technology, engineering and maths.
What do you think of your children doing coding and STEM in school?
I think it's great that he seems to be enjoying it, and it's learning something different, so yeah, good.
What do you think of your children doing STEM activities in school?
The STEM activities seem to be great. Sean's shown a great interest in coming home and talking about them, and I've seen a lot of them down the school when I went down for the science fair. They were brilliant.
Where do you hear or see this of the STEM activities we do in school?
First of all, when my child came home talking about it, and then I started looking online and got him some of the kits online.
Do you worry about your child using the internet?
I suppose I worry a small bit, but not too much, because we keep an eye on what is going on the internet, and we've told him that if anything is strange or something pops up that he doesn't know about, just to come and call us and we'll take a look.
Do you think children are safe when they are coding online or using apps such as Book Creator, Scratch or Google Slides?
I'd say about 99% safe, but things can always pop up, but that's just the internet and online. It can happen to anyone.
Does your child come home and talk about any of the STEM activities they do?
Yes, he comes home and talks about them an awful lot, and we go online and look at some of the packs.
Do you think it is good that your child will learn how to code in school?
I think it's a great idea, because that's the way everything is going now, is technology, and I think they find it really interesting rather than just writing in books all the time.
Do you think we should continue with coding and STEM in school?
Definitely, I think the children really seem to enjoy it. I enjoy making some of the kits myself with Sean, and it's great to open up kids' minds and really get them thinking about things like that we wouldn't have been used to. Yeah, brilliant.
STEM is science, technology, engineering and mathematics.
What do you think of your children doing coding and STEM in school?
I think it's a very good idea that children are doing coding and STEM in school.
What do you think of your children doing STEM activities in school?
I think it's good for them to do it in school as it'll help with their skills and creativity and for them to keep up the experiments as they go along and have fun doing it.
Where do you hear or see about the STEM activities we do in school?
Facebook and through the school website.
Do you worry about your child using the internet?
I worry about my children using the internet all the time.
Do you think children are safe when they are coding online or using apps such as Book Creator, Scratch and Google Slides?
I think the way the coding and the STEM is set up on certain websites are very, very safe to do so I'd be happy with my kids continue with STEM and coding.
Does your child come home and talk about any of the STEM activities they do?
They come home all the time, every time they do the STEM activities at school, and they thoroughly enjoy it.
Do you think it is good that your child will learn how to code in school?
I think it's very good for them to learn how to code at school because it will be very beneficial for them when they leave school, and that they'll have those skills for the future, for communication skills, everything. It's very good for them.
Do you think we should continue with coding and STEM in school?
100% I think you should continue with coding for the kids in school.
What is STEM?
STEM is science, technology, engineering and mathematics.
What do you think of your children doing coding and STEM in school?
I think it's awesome that they're learning this from such a young age.
What do you think of your children doing STEM activities in school?
I think it's great. I think it promotes problem solving and critical thinking, which are so important for kids.
Where do you hear or see of the STEM activities we do in school?
My daughter constantly tells me about them and I read about them on the social media page from the school.
Do you worry about your child using the internet?
No, I do not.
Do you think children are safe when they are using coding online or using apps such as Book Creator, Scratch or Google Slides?
Yes, they are.
Does your child come home and talk about any of the STEM activities they do?
Always, because she really enjoys them.
Do you think it is good that your child will learn how to code in school?
I think it's fantastic. It's such a great start in life. She's only started STEM this year and really, really loves it.
Do you think we should continue with coding and STEM in school?
Absolutely, 100%. I think it gives them really fundamental problem solving skills for the future.
Parents interview. What is STEM?
Science,
Technology,
technology, engineering and maths.
and mathematics, yes.
What do you think of your children doing STEM activities in school?
I think it's fabulous. I think it gives all children in school a great opportunity to learn, to collaborate together and multidiscipline things and to achieve team goals.
Question 3. What do you think of your children doing STEM activities in school?
I think it's a great activity to do STEM activities at school. I think it promotes problem solving, critical thinking, so a bit different from the other subjects.
Number 4. Where do you hear or see of the STEM activities we do in school?
All the time. From coding to using the whiz, the Lego, the prosthetic hand.
Question 5. Do you worry about your child using the internet?
There's obviously always a concern when it comes to children and safety, especially online. But I think if it's supervised and doing things like coding online, having more of an awareness definitely lessens the fear.
Question 6. Do you think your children are safe when they are coding online, such as apps as Book Creator, Scratch and Google Slides?
Yes, definitely so. I think these safe environments created and controlled provide that safe environment. And these are really positive apps for the children to develop their coding and their development skills.
So talking about the computerized applications that she uses as well. So yeah.
Question 7. Does your child come home and talk about any of the STEM activities they do?
Absolutely, yes. I think when they come back from school, they're very enthusiastic about the subjects. They're very engaged by the things that they're learning in school. The coding, the Scratch application, and they can find their own way, create their own activities out of school as well, using those features.
Number 8. Do you think it is good that your child will learn how to code in the school?
Yes, 100%. Coding is integral to so many things in life these days. The more electronic equipment is integrated into homes, into businesses, into transport, and coding will provide so much flexibility for future life. So it's imperative that the children learn this.
Question 9. Do you think we should continue with coding and STEM in school?
I think it would be really nice to continue with coding and STEM in school, especially the world we're living in now, such a digitalised world. I think being digital literate is vital. So I think it would be great to continue it.
Yes, definitely. It should be encouraged, and it's essential really for the future growth of the children.
So ma'am, what is STEM?
It's science, technology, engineering and maths.
What do you think of your children doing coding and STEM in school?
I think it gives you a great head start in national school of what area you might like to do in college, and then when you go into secondary school you can pick subjects that relate to what you might want to do in college.
Yeah. What do you think of your children doing STEM activities in school?
Again, it's great for you. I think you learn and remember a lot more when you're physically doing something, rather than just learning it out of a book or from being taught it by somebody. It also gives you a nice break from your books and your copies, and you also get to work as part of a team when you're doing it together, so it's all good.
Yeah. Where do you hear or see the STEM activities we do in school?
See lots of videos on Facebook, on the school page. I also hear about when you come home and you tell me all about it. And then when your sister comes home, she also tells me about the things that you have made and that you've showed the younger classes.
Do you worry about your child using the internet?
Not as much anymore. I think we have schooled enough to know what's right and what's wrong online. I also monitor what you do online, and when you're in school, I trust that your teachers are watching what you're doing.
Do you think children are safe when they are coding online or using apps such as Book Creator, Scratch or Google Slides?
Yeah, I do, because I know that all those apps that you use all have logins and passwords, and they're all child friendly as well.
Does your child come home and talk about any of the STEM activities you do?
You do. I've
They
heard
do.
all about your Bebots, your Fitbits, the Lego things that you were doing. The STEM fair was a big hit with you. You all love that. So yeah, I hear lots about it.
Do you think it is good that your child will learn how to code in school?
Yeah. Everything kids have now basically involved technology of some sort, from your smart TVs to your watches. Technology is very important nowadays. It's as important as languages, history, geography. So yeah, definitely.
Do you think we should continue with coding and STEM in school?
I do, yeah. I think there'd be a lot of very disappointed kids if you don't. And I also know that the younger kids in the younger classes, like Lauren, is excited to be.
What is STEM?
Science, technology, engineering, maths.
What do you think of your children doing STEM activities in school?
It's a good idea.
What do you think of your children doing coding and STEM in school?
It's very great.
Where do you hear or see of the STEM activities we do in school?
My child was talking about.
Do you worry about your child using the internet?
I believe she's.
Does your child come home and talk about any of the STEM activities we do?
Yes,
are safe when they are coding online or using apps such as Book Creator, Scratch, Google Slides? Do you think it's good that your child will learn how to code in school?
It's an amazing idea.
Do you think we should continue with coding and STEM in school?
Yes, of course.
What is STEM?
STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Maths.
What do you think of your children doing coding and STEM in school?
I think it's brilliant because they're subjects that are really interesting and will be really important later on. So I think to start it as early as possible is great, and it makes things kind of fun and interesting. So I think it's brilliant.
What do you think of your children doing STEM activities in school?
I think it's really good because you enjoy it and you look forward to doing it in school. So when things are fun, it makes it a lot easier to learn it and to, I suppose, be interested in it. So I think it's a great idea you're doing it in school.
Where do you hear or see STEM activities we do in school?
So the first place I suppose I see it the first place I hear about it is from you coming back from school and you telling me about it. And then I also would see it from, maybe the school Facebook page, because often there's videos there on what you've done during the day. So I suppose they'd be the two main places that I'd see it.
Do you worry about your children using the internet?
Yeah, of course. The internet can be, it can be obviously a very scary place, and the internet is brilliant for, connecting with people and getting information, but when you're not used to using the internet and don't know the safe places to go or the safe kind of websites to use, it can be, I suppose, like I said, a scary place. So I would definitely, but I think getting familiar with the internet in a safe environment like school is a great idea because you get more familiar with it and you know the places that are good to access information, and I think knowledge is power, certainly when it comes to the internet. So I think it's a great idea that you're using it in school. Yeah, next question.
Do you think your children are safe when they are coding online or using apps such as Book Creator, Scratch, Google Slides?
Yeah, I think, as far as I know, it's very safe platforms, those ones, yeah.
Does your child come home and talk about any of the STEM activities they do?
Yeah, they talk about them all the time, yeah.
Do you think it is a good idea? Do you think it is good that your child will learn how to code in school?
Oh, I think it's absolutely brilliant and really important. Again, when I was going to school, coding didn't exist, but now it's such an important skill to have, and I think it's great that you're learning it like a language when you're in school, because it makes it much easier. When you're older, these things are harder to learn, so I think it's amazing that you're learning it in school.
Do you think we should continue with coding and STEM in school?
100%. I think it's brilliant that you're doing it in school. That it? Thank you.
What is STEM? STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Maths. What do you think of your children doing coding and STEM in school?
I think it's great. I think it's really, really interesting. I think it's great for them, and I think they enjoy it.
What do you think of your children doing STEM activities in school?
I think it's really good for them. I think it opens up different areas of learning for them, and I think it makes learning fun.
Where do you hear or see of the STEM activities we do in school?
Scotland are very good to post them, so on their Facebook page, for example, and also my daughter telling me all about them, and they will also be on the newsletter that's Good for Non-Issue, so I do hear about them.
Do you worry about your children using the internet?
I do. I put a lot of trust in them on the internet. Children nowadays have somewhat unlimited access to the internet, and as parents we have to monitor that.
Do you think children are safe when they are coding online or using apps such as Book Creator, Scratch and Google Slides?
I do, because I think these apps are generated specifically for children, and also their teachers are able to moderate these apps somewhat as well and log in.
Does your child come home and talk about any of the STEM activities they do?
She does. She does come home and talk about them, and she talks very openly about them and how interesting they are, and how she is quite happy that they take up time in class for learning different areas, especially because she has a good interest in science and maths.
Do you think it is good that your child will learn how to code in school?
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I didn't learn how to code in school, or secondary school, or college. So yeah, I think it's brilliant that she learned how to code in school. I think it's very interesting.
Do you think we should continue with coding and STEM in school?
Absolutely, I definitely do. I think it's fantastic for them. A great way of learning in different areas, in different ways, especially when it comes to science, engineering especially, which I have a daughter, and engineering is male dominated, so I think that's fantastic. And also for maths, very interesting.